Um, all right, yeah, I think I can see everyone. All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alabo David Briggs, and I'll be giving an introduction to GraphQL, a very basic introduction. There's nothing too complex. I won't bombard you with code everywhere or anything like that. So it will just be a simple walkthrough of what GraphQL is, and what problems it actually solves compared to like REST API. So that's basically it. I'm Alao Briggs. I'm a full stack developer. I basically build what I want when I want to with any stack I want to. Yeah. So I'll go to the official docs, and then I'm going to like read out the definition of what they gave in their docs. You understand? Then when I say that, I'm going to like try and break it down for you in a way that you can understand. Now, from the official docs, the explanation is GraphQL is a query language for APIs and a runtime for fulfilling those queries with existing data. GraphQL provides a complete and understandable description of the data in your API. Gives clients the power to ask for exactly what they need. So like this is the official description. And if you check Wikipedia, the definition for GraphQL would be the feature for GraphQL would be GraphQL is an open source data query and manipulation language for APIs and a runtime for fulfilling queries. All right. So like that's what GraphQL is now. To explain now, I'll try and break that down to like terms which we could understand. Now, looking at looking at the most common way or the most common one more common way these days which people write APIs would be using the REST API format where you let's say you want to fetch some data from a database or you want to like, fetch or you want to send the data to the front end, you make a request with let's say API does GitHub slash repos slash first contributions, you want to get all the contributors in GitHub slash, you understand me? Now, okay, let me get that. Let me get that so I can maybe I'll share my screen. Maybe not yet. I think I'll share my screen. All right. Yeah, I've gotten that out. All right. So how would you do something like that? Um, in the regular REST API format, you make a call to a particular URL, and then the URL fetches back the data for you, and then it gives you like it sends back the request for you in the JSON format, usually in the JSON format. You understand? Now, where the flaws come in a REST API format would be, let's say now you have a data or you have data of like 10 students, and each of these particular student like this particular student has a name, has an ID, has a phone number, has a home location, has let's say cousins. You understand? Now I want to fetch all the users from my database. Now I go and I create an API for, let's say, api.users.com. You understand? Now I fetch the data from the database and I get a JSON format of all the I get a JSON format of all the students in database. You understand? Now, when I'm fetching all the users, I'm getting the name, the phone number, the location, and everything about that particular of all the students. You understand? Now, let's say I just want to get the name and the phone number. I don't want the cousins of that particular user. I don't want the address, just the name and the phone number. I have to go back now and write another API again for that. Let's say now I want only the cousins for particular users, for the users. I have to go back again and then write under API again. Let's say api.users.com/cousins. You understand? Now, when I do that, I get I get all the Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, sorry for the break in transmission. I had to sort out something. All right. So as I was explaining, you want to fetch out all the users from database. You want to fetch out the name, the address, and then the number of cousins. You understand? Now, if I want to do something like that, I have to make an API request to like say our example now is api.users.com. I do that first. When I do that, I get a JSON list of all the users. So let's say now I want to get just the address, or I just want to get the cousins of a particular user. I have to go back again and then create another API again for that. Let's say api.users/cousins. Then I make that same request again. That's a different API altogether, and then a different API altogether, and a different. Now you could decide, okay, I don't want to create a different API, but I want to like fetch that same API and then just like use the JavaScript or use whatever language you're using to like sort out the result to show only the cousins of all the users. You understand? Now, at some point, it becomes very cumbersome because now I want an API that fetches just the users. I have to create another API for that. I want an API that fetches just the addresses of all the users. I have to create another API again for that. So at some point, it becomes cumbersome and maintenance becomes an issue. You understand? You might have for just users, you might have like 10,000, like let's say 20 to 10 API requests just to get data for a particular user. Now, with GraphQL, you basically don't need to do all these things. With GraphQL, you just have one request. Like instead of you to like, you don't need to like create. I'm coming. Okay. All right, great. All right, so as I was saying, so instead of you to like make that request first, you make a request for users address, users connection, and users like you keep on making like different APIs for all of these. You understand? With GraphQL is structured in the way where instead of you to like do this over and over and over again, you could just like specify what you want. So it's more like a is as I say, it's a query language for APIs. It's an API query language, you understand? So from this first request now, you can easily specify there, okay, for this first request, what I want is just the name and the contacts. What I want is just the name and the cousins of the particular user. You send that to the backend or you send that to the server that powers the GraphQL and it sends back the same request back to you. So instead of you doing things like writing a different API for to get just the contacts or writing a different API to get just the addresses of all the users. You can easily do things like that, like with GraphQL. You understand? Um, that's basically one of the issues that GraphQL solve. You know, and where does this really come to play? Is for example in your mobile apps now. Imagine if your mobile application there's a page where you want to display all the users and their profile picture, and then you try to get all the users and the profile picture, and then what you're saying is what instead of you to like get just the users in a profile picture, you're getting both the users, the profile picture, the contacts, the address, whatever it is. And this is a mobile phone. And mobile phones are like very data sensitive and everything like that. Let's say you fetch it to the mobile phone and then you now start sourcing it out to just get the you now sort out the data, the cumbersome data like that to only show the profile picture and the name. The basically the like there are so many unuseful resources that you actually fetch that isn't being used in the app at all. Example, now you fetch other details, like aside the fact that you only wanted the profile picture, you only wanted the name of the user, you also got back the contacts of the particular user. You also got back the address, and you also got back other unuseful details that you might not need. And where does that resources go? It's just there. You've wasted resource. You understand? Now, what GraphQL really helps you do is like GraphQL helps you trim down this to give you exactly what you want. So, bro, like I just want the name and the profile picture. Like with GraphQL, you literally just specify that I only want the name and the profile picture of this particular users or the particular like schemas. You understand? Yeah. So why I would have said this earlier, but like why was GraphQL created? This was basically one of the reasons why GraphQL was created, and it was created by Sorry, give me a sec. Yeah, sorry, that was a broken connection. GraphQL was created by um by Facebook back in 2012. I think it was made open source 2015 or so to basically solve the same issue. So they had to think around like how do we solve problems like this REST API where when it becomes cumbersome and shit, like how do we solve this in a way where we don't have to like write out the same API, or how do we better optimize our mobile applications to make sure that we are not having a lot of unuseful resources that we don't really need. That was where GraphQL came in, and they did stuff like that. So that's basically what GraphQL is. GraphQL is like a schema language, or should I say like a I don't know the right terms to use, but like it helps you like I'm trying to use the most basic terms as I could use. Like it helps you get I don't know if that's the right word, but it helps you get the data that you need, like the exact data that you need from a list of, let's say, queries or schemas or whatever it is. Um after this speech, I'll drop like quite a resource. I'll drop quite a number of resources and also some code samples where you could also like go through it and try to familiarize yourself with GraphQL and other topics like that. All right. Yeah, so that's basically it. Okay, give me a sec, please. All right, so I think for the introduction to GraphQL, I think that's basically it about GraphQL. Um, okay, why is my
Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, that was a quick one by Alabo Briggs trying to introduce us to GraphQL. So I think he's trying to sort some things out and he will connect back later. So while he's doing that, I want to let you guys know that um, there will be a video series on GraphQL on our channel. There's this channel. We are going to try to create more content relating to GraphQL, and then we'll look at how to use it with React and how to also use GraphQL with Vue.js.
yeah, sorry, capacity was out for a while. I didn't hear what you were saying. Sorry, please come again. Hello,
Yeah,
capacity.
I'm with you. I just basically told them that there will be more video series on GraphQL on the channel, and we are
Okay.
going to talk more about GraphQL, how to use it with React, and how to basically use it with Vue.js.
All
Okay,
right. Yeah.
so if there's any question basically that anybody has, they should drop it on the comment section, and then I will relate it to you. And maybe later, when they are watching the video, maybe when we are out from live, any question that comes in into the comment, and we'll be able to respond back.
Okay. All right. So this call basically is just to give like a general overview of what GraphQL is and what it tries to solve. Or basically, it's from the what it tries to solve aspect. You understand? Now there will be other series that takes a deeper dive into GraphQL, where we'll actually have hands-on hands-on coding sessions, an example of what a GraphQL query would look like in comparison to what a typical REST API query would look like. You understand? So we're going to have that. We're going to be we're going to have like that's basically what it is. And I'm going to also help and provide resources, maybe built apps or apps rather that are built with GraphQL and React. We're also going to drop resources with how to integrate GraphQL with Vue.js, with React, with Node.js, and Golang as well. Yeah, basically, I think that's it for now. Solomon, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, we want to say thank you for having you, and it was an interesting introduction to GraphQL. And we also want to thank our viewers for sticking with us. Next Saturday, we'll try to look at a new topic. Please, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel because throughout this week, we'll be dropping videos on GraphQL and how to use them in real time. All right. See it, and this was a quick one. So catch you guys later.